My name is Robert Beacham III. I'm presenting my presentation for computer and modern technology for K-12 educators. Quick overview, we're going to hit previous knowledge and info right after this slide. Then we're going to look at some original outcomes and some changes that occurred from the beginning of the session until now. Then we're going to look at some issues and solutions that occurred for me throughout this class and how I kind of made my way through that. Then we're going to see how I revealed myself to myself as a learner, some things I learned about myself within this class. Assignments 1 through 3 are going to be 3 assignments that I've selected to discuss. And then a quick summary at the end, which I will get more in depth to. Previous knowledge, you can kind of see the picture, electronics for dummies. That's kind of how I felt at sometimes. I had a very limited technology knowledge. Definitely came from a small technology usage school system, meaning we were very poor and still are. And we do have technology, but it's very much behind the times in comparison to other places. But I will say the best area that I succeed in is Google applications, the Google Drive, and utilizing that in my classroom and within my students and sharing information with peers and other educators. Changing previous ideas. I've gained a much greater respect for the use of technology in education. I was sort of a Neanderthal in my thought process that you didn't need technology, and granted that you can teach and learn without it, it is proven that it does increase your students' learning, and it's just the world that we live in nowadays and something you should adapt to. And then I gained a much wider understanding of the different domains out there available to use in education. Original outcomes and how they changed. 2 quick quotes. For this course, my personal goals are to learn new things within the world of technology that will help me in the future. The first goal is going to be something that I will know the more that I apply it to my everyday life and use it in the classroom and just using it in life. So taking those and how my goals changed, they haven't really changed. It's still an everyday thing of learning technology and utilizing it more and actually putting it into effect in the classroom for my students. Assignment issues and solutions. You can see the picture of the guy, and that's kind of how I felt sometimes this semester while doing work. But it took me a lot longer to grasp how a site works when using new sites every week, and I would have lots of troubles with the sharing and changing privacy settings and figuring all those things out. But anything in college, you find solutions. I had watched lots of videos of how-tos and the nuances of the site, lots of trial and error stages of trying to figure it all out as I went, and then having family members even try and view my work from their computer to just make sure my privacy settings and things were correct, and make sure that how I viewed it in the editing stage is actually how it came out to look in the world viewer from a student perspective. So what I learned about myself, not doing enough to utilize technology in the classroom. It's something that I've continued to work on and try to progress in, but will definitely be doing so after learning how much there is out there. About technology, there's so much more technology available for free than I ever realized. I thought that everything had a price tag on it, and while it does to a degree, there's so much free stuff out there that I just was not taking advantage of. About my leadership skills, I learned that I am not a bad leader, but I could do even more in different areas, specifically areas that I'm just not as comfortable in. And about my attitude has to be more open to trying new technologies if I want to grow and target a greater student population, a greater learner diversity in my classroom. The first that we're going to hit for my assignments is Powtoon. You can see a screenshot of the first page, the opening slide from my Powtoon. It is a cloud-based software for creating animated presentations, and it is important because it's a free site to a degree, and it allows me to create simple yet effective things that keep my students' attention rather than a basic PowerPoint. It definitely gave me a new perspective and an updated way to make presentations more enjoyable for the students and I really didn't have to put in that more extra work than what I normally would for a regular PowerPoint. My next is the Google Slides. This was a Google Sheets. I just put Google Slides because it's we utilize that for as well. But all the Google documents, but Google Sheets specifically for this one is when we were implementing graphs and things like that in comparison with our information that we gathered with Laurinburg, my hometown, and New Orleans with the temperatures throughout the year, and comparing that and using all those things that we're able to present information and share it in a new way. Like I said, it's a cloud-based program. It can be anywhere you have access to it. It can be updated multiple people at one time, and it's something that I want to be able to use because it can save a lot of time without wasting it when students are using group activities in the classroom. The third and final assignment was Prezi. Creative Thinking was the one that I chose. It's a very interactive site that allows the students to use motion, zoom, and spatial relationships to bring new life in a presentation model. I also put in here about how it is good for people like me in the way that we think for our organizing information. And last but not least, the summary. I knew that I was behind the times for a generation, but I had no idea there was so much free material out there and how easy it was to use with just a small bit of research. When viewing the areas of my presentation, one could probably notice the biggest impact I received was the different types of presenting information and the ways that I'd be able to do so. Thank you for watching this. Hope you enjoyed it.